video on this. So, just don't become a tech bigot. This is coming from a guy who has been a tech bigot before. Um, I don't know what it is, but there's something about being young that makes you and ambitious. That tends to make you into more of a tech bigot. What is a bigot? A bigot is a person with extreme biases. You think everybody else is a moron if you don't agree with you. And again, this video is a part of a series about mentally preparing for a tech job. And the warning is it's very cautionary. I don't really need to do a lot about this. I do have a couple stories about it though, so you can stick around for the stories. But the takeaway is don't allow yourself to think that just because you like a particular technology, that it is the only solution. It might not even be the best solution. And picking the best technology for a specific problem may not have anything to do with how good the technology is. It may have to do more with the team that's maintaining the solution long term. So let me give you a very specific example. I've talked about this story before, but I once helped a good friend of mine create a WordPress site in PHP, which, if anybody knows me, you know what I think about that. And for her what's the word, the homeowners association, right? And this is a part of a bigger video about anticipating the needs, about why you should not be a web dev and a bunch of reasons like that. But it came about because this person wanted to pay me, and I said, who's going to maintain it? And she's like, it's going to be me. So, and I talk about this in another video, but why it's important that you choose solutions that are best for the problem at hand. And this particular problem was very specific to this woman who wanted to maintain this site for herself. Now, I hate PHP. PHP has destroyed projects that I have run before because of memory leaks. I know PHP in 2024 is way better than it was in 2004 when I started, writing daemons in it, which is completely stupid. The point is that, because I was not, anti WordPress, which in so many ways. Another person I helped, by the way, who did a yoga site, they were hacked by a plugin and they lost their entire yoga site because PHP. And so, you would think that that would make me say, thou shalt not, recommend to any further people how to use PHP. PHP sucks. But when you consider the solution, if you're truly in the right mindset that's going to get you the trust that you need to get good and to get employed and to get advanced in your career, your employer, the person who's going to be paying you, your customers, whether your customers or your employer, they care that to know that you are going to be thinking about their needs, all of their needs, not just because you think Arch is the coolest Linux on the planet, therefore you're going to do everything in Arch and you're going to run Arch on your laptop, blah, 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 and you're going to install Arch on the server platforms. God help you if you do that, by the way. Dude, if you were to install Arch in some enterprise technology camps, you would literally lose your job over that. There's other jobs, there's other companies such as Valve where if you used Arch, it would be part of your job. Point is, you're not biased, you're not a bigot. You can have preferences, you can have opinions. God knows I do. But that does not mean that they color every recommendation you make for a solution for the person that you are being paid to help, or the person that you just care about who's asking you a question. Which language should I learn? You don't just blurt out Go or Rust. You ask them Socratically, what do you want to do? That is what it means to not be a tech bigot. It means to think about the needs of the person asking the question, whether that be somebody who's paying you or otherwise. What is it that they need? And maybe if they're, maybe if they're somebody in the science field who wants to, write a really quickly handled thing, maybe Python is the best language for them. Maybe Emacs is the best editor for them because they're never ever leaving their terminal. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? There are a lot of considerations. That said, and I'll conclude the video with this: I have been roundly criticized for being a tech bigot, And particularly because I've been so anti-Rust. There's actually an entire Reddit thread about my Rust, disagreements. To be fair, I went into Rust wanting to like it. I really did. And at the time, I was kind of frustrated because it just didn't. I first of all, I hated the syntax. It didn't do anything I wanted to. I didn't like the governance committee, and there's a million reasons. But since then, I mean, even then, I wasn't a bigot. I was like, you know what? I don't feel like the hype matches the reality, and I said so, and I got canceled by a bunch of people for calling it out. Um, and I still don't think that's being a tech bigot. And that this goes into another video which I'll do immediately called "What It Means to Have Strong Opinions," and when you should know to change those opinions, and how that prevents you from being a tech bigot and you're being able to change your opinions. For example, my position on Rust. So stay tuned for another video on that one.